Hello everyone and welcome back to E2E, where today, you may have noticed, we're not on the server just yet. We are in a creative mode world, but we are on the same map because I am currently designing the Capitol building slash Applied Energistics building because, living without AE2 is kind of painful right now. So I figured, you know what, let's just get it done. And man, this is a big building. It is the Capitol building after all, so we needed to make it tall. So here it is. Now, this is, of course, the very, very early design stages, but this is going to be the general structure. So my whole color palette is going to be basically Applied Energistics themes. We got Certus Quartz for the main thing. We got ME controller, like, decoration blocks from, I think these are called the Futura blocks. Yeah, I think that's from a different mod. And then we got these kind of, like, void stone things. I don't really know what this is, but it looks really cool, and it matches the color scheme. So, we put them in there. So here's the general kind of layout. Those little gold things up there are temporary. They're just markers. This is what I've got so far. It goes all the way down to the bottom. And yeah, don't mind it's under construction. Okay, don't worry about it. Anyways, this is what we got so far. Of course, this is just the main, like, kind of central structure. I'm also trying to work on something over here. This is kind of like a extra part that gets added on. I don't know. It's a work in progress. But anyways, I figured I'd just start recording now because, this is design process is kind of neat to watch sometimes. So, I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit. So yeah, here we go. And then another thing that I can do is I think I can use building gadgets to copy paste between worlds. And I'm also pretty sure that I can copy paste without actually having the blocks I need, because I definitely do not have enough Certus quartz for this. So that's what we're going to test right now, as a matter of fact. So what we can do, we have our little copy paste gadget right here, there to there. Okay, that's pretty good. And now we can hold G to switch to paste mode. And now we can paste that structure wherever we want. So if I place this here, and then I can paste it right here, and then it would just place. There we go. Now, of course, some of these things are underground when I placed that, so it didn't work. But if we do it like there you go. We can paste. That's how the copy paste gadget works. Now, this only does work if you have the required materials in your inventory, unless you have construction paste. So we're going to try that right now. We are in survival mode. Let's get rid of all the blocks. I don't have any more of them. Can I paste this? I can. And now this is a construction block that looks exactly like this. Interesting. So yes, this does work. Is there a downside to doing this, though? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so it does have a different break speed and blast resistance, I would assume. But other than that, I think it's the same. So this is actually really good. That means I can use very, very expensive blocks in my buildings because I'm not actually using blocks, I'm using paste. And paste, I think, is easy to make. Lapis, clay, and sand. Okay, that's a little more expensive than I thought. So the way you get this paste is you need the dense construction chunk. And the way you get that is you crush the dense construction block. If you put in a quartz grindstone, it's 1 to 4. Oh no, it's 1 to 4 on all the other machines as well. And then to get the dense construction block, you need construction block powder, which you make with this. And then you just do the same thing as concrete, I presume. Okay, interesting. So I think that's going to be the better option because, what is this? Quartz? Certus quartz blocks? The way you make these is 8 Certus quartz, pure Certus quartz crystals, or 4 of the normal crystals. Yeah, absolutely not. Have you seen how big this is going to be? Jeez. Yeah, absolutely not. By the way, the reason I chose to use these blocks is because they look really cool at night. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. Construction paste, looks like we're going to be using that. I'm going to have to figure out a way to grind a bunch of that because we are going to need a lot. So we're going to have to figure out a way to, like, maybe automate that. That might be a good idea. For now, I guess let's just keep designing. All right, quick little progress update. I've gotten this kind of side profile done. Basically, instead of having the 7 wide super tall thing over here, I've added kind of a little bit of more details to it. It kind of shapes inward when there's only 2 blocks of space in between. There's just air, but when it's 3 blocks in between, we kind of did a loop of these void blocks. I think that looks nice. And then it goes all the way up to the top. I've replaced those yellow temporary blocks with some, like, glowy purple. I actually kind of grew to like the yellow up there, but it didn't really match the color, so I just put some pure purple, and I think that works pretty well. And then anyway, we got this over here. I'm not really sure about this whole thing. It kind of looks nice. I wish it was more, like, round, but I think if I just leave it like this and design the border to go with it, I think it's going to work out pretty well. Obviously, ground level is right here, and this is going to be the entrance right here on all four sides. So we need to make kind of like a grounds area that's going to kind of dip down, and we'll have some nice fountains and plants and stuff down there. And it'll probably be made out of normal quartz instead of Certus quartz, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth and like a little bit of color variation down there. But other than that, yeah, we're almost done with this. We just got to copy this to the other three sides, build the gardens, and then we'll have plenty of room on the inside because we have all the way up to there to work with, because that basically is where the you can't see in from the bottom. So if we put all of our machinery in that area, then we should be perfectly fine. I've copy pasted everything into place. You can kind of see the building on the map there. Honestly, the map view looks really cool, but so does the building. Look at that. It kind of looks like a rocket slash temple. I don't know if you guys like it, but I think it looks epic. And this is a perfect fit for a Capitol building. Okay, so it's basically done. We just need to add the gardens. And I think I have an idea for that, so I'm just going to go ahead and get building on those gardens, and then we can hop on the server and figure out exactly how much paste we need to actually build this. If I built this normally, it would probably take the entire server's worth of Certus quartz, iron, because you make, I think it's 1 iron and 8 pieces of cobblestone, and then you make half a stack of these, and then ender pearls. Because the way you make these is an ender pearl and 4 purple blocks. I mean, you get 48, so it's not like terrible, but there's a lot in this build. It's going to look amazing on the server, and it looks even better on the map. So let's get these gardens done and then hop on the server and get this thing built. Alrighty, fellas, I've got the exterior done, and I think this is now ready to be pasted into the server. Now, the reason there are holes here is because the copy-paste, construction paste, does not transfer light. So we need to actually use light sources, and I've decided on these chiseled pearl blocks. These are basically made with 8 shulker pearls and a piece of end stone, and you get half a stack of them, so we'll have plenty. I think I've got maybe 16 or 32 of those shulker pearls, so I should be completely fine. You've noticed there's no detail and there's no like decoration around there either. No like plants, no statues like I said there's going to be. That is because I decided I'm not going to do the floor just yet. I'm just going to get the structure in first, because if I included the floor in this blueprint, it would take up so much more cementing paste than I need. What is it? Construction paste? Whatever. It would take up so much more construction paste than I actually needed just for the floor that I could just build whenever. And also, I don't have anything for the interior done yet either. Now that is because I'm going to be designing that in the survival world, mostly because, you know, you can build everything in creative mode, but I think I'm just going to be building like exteriors in creative mode, and then interiors it's all up to the survival world, you know. That adds a little bit more, I guess, entertainment as well as feeling accomplished, you know, because like if you build everything in creative, you copy paste it, that you're basically just playing creative at that point. But if you leave some of the designing for in survival, and it still feels like you're getting the whole survival experience. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. This is done. It's looking awesome. I had to turn the clouds off because you can't see through them apparently. But there we go. Applied Energistics Capitol building is done. It looks amazing on the map. I'm very happy with this build. Let me know what you guys think. But let's go build it in the server. We are now on the server. I took a whole bunch of measurements. Looks like Potato Master's swooping in right now. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, I took a whole bunch of measurements. We are going to have to carve out a huge area. Now, I've marked it out to be like right over this hill because this hill is bothering me that I can't see the spire over here. So we're chopping this hill out. It's basically going to eat this whole hill. It's going to go all the way around it. So let me pull up the coordinates here and let me see exactly where we need to dig. We need to place it on this block right here. That's it. I need a marker block. Hold on. All right, so this mineral log marks exactly where we place the corner in the building gadget, that it will place it perfectly. So basically now I think we need to just dig out this entire area here all the way over to a very specific other block, which I also marked the coordinates for, so let's go find that. Alright, so you can kind of see on screen how big this is going to be. We got that little square on the right and the little square on the left. That is how big we need to dig out a hole, and it needs to go down to 67, so we need to remove all the trees, that entire hill, and all the blocks down there. And that's going to be very boring to watch, so I'm just going to kind of snap my fingers here in a little bit, and it's just going to disappear. So that's what we're going to do, and then after I get this dug out, or maybe when I get bored of digging, we are going to go try to automate the construction paste, because I did a little bit of math, and I need over 15,000 of it. And yeah, let's just say that's not reasonable to make by hand. Alright, so here we go. I got myself into position, and there we go. Got the trees removed, and we got a border dug. Look at that. So here's the border dug. Now I have broken my Oscillogloss Madoc about 4 times, and since I did not put any perks on it, I'm just gonna go get Unbreakable. I'm just gonna make this thing unbreakable because I just made enough reinforcements. So let's do this. We add 1 reinforced times 2 times 3 times 4 and Unbreakable. Now I don't have to worry about this, and also that means I can just vein mine the dirt forever. I dug this perimeter specifically for this reason. Watch my hunger. Here we go. That's how it's done. Alright, well, anyways, time to snap my fingers again and everything is gonna look nice. And there we go. We've removed all of the dirt. Now we have to remove the hill and we have to remove some of the stone. We need to go to this layer, basically. So it's not that much, and we also need to add in a little bit on the ground here just to make it nice and flat. But other than that, progress is coming along. My pickaxe is about to be destroyed, and it's going to be very sad, but I do have 3 modifier slots available, so I might just try to make this unbreakable as well. I won't be able to get all the way there, but I can at least make it less breakable. So I'll just go ahead and do that, and then get this hill out of the way. Hi, everybody. So yeah, kind of just broke the whole snap transition thing. My bad. Anyway, I got this far before I realized something. The construction paste is going to take a while, and we need to automate that. So why don't I get that started now, and then it will run while I'm working on this. I should have been doing this from the start, because then we could have had a very good jump ahead on the construction paste, but I didn't, and I'm stupid for it. So yeah, anyways, we're going to try to figure out how to automate that. So let's look this up. Construction paste, we need to make dense construction chunk, which can be used in a mechanism crusher, because that's really what I've got and how I know how to power it. And then this comes from a dense construction block, which also crusher for mechanism. And then these you make in a hydrator from cyclic with water. Basically, I need power source. Probably just gonna use windmills. I'll probably just go up there and make another addition to the sky platform. We need a hydrator. I think I'm just gonna borrow this one. We need 2 crushers, energy upgrades for them, and then an infinite water source. Infinite water source. Okay, infinite water source. This one, it just takes water buckets, tin ingots, and basic plating, which is lead casing, lead sheet metal, and a graphite block. And graphite you just get from smelting charcoal or coal. So yeah, let's just make one of these. So we need 4, so we need 36 graphite, a whole bunch of lead, and then we can make an infinite water source this way. And then we can plug that in, get everything working. Now the other thing about the construction paste, this is 1 to 4, by the way, and we're going to need 15,000, so we're just going to fill 3 of the tier 3 paste containers. We'll get to that later. Anyways, we're going to need a lot of lapis, a lot of sand, and a lot of clay. So I think I'm going to have to go on a mining session to get these 3. Lapis and clay should be easy. Sand is going to be the easiest. I can just go to the desert and vein mine it with my pickaxe that is now unbreakable. Or I guess my Madoc that's unbreakable. My pickaxe, we only got to 3. So we can go to the desert to get the sand. We can just use the scanner to get lapis and clay. And then we'll just get maybe a chest each. Maybe I could make a shulker box even and just kind of slap it down on some like hoppers or pipes or something. All right, platform built, looking good. So let's get this done. So let's get our windmills here first. Bam, bam, bam. Hook these all up with power. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now we're also going to have to modify the speeds of these machines because one of the crushers is making 1 block to 4 things, and then this has to deal with 4 at the same time. So depending on how fast the hydrator is, which I think it's instant, we might just want to max speed upgrade one of the crushers and not the other one. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, anyway, let's see, this first, which then water goes in. So now how do you get stuff out of here? Might have to move this up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then if we put 1 crusher here and the other one next to it like this, and then we put a hopper here, so this will be locked to hopper speed. I would assume you can just use a hopper on this, not really sure. So it'll get crushed into dense paste, crushed into paste, and then put into a chest right here. Oh, and an auto crafter. Can we make one of those? Crafter tier 1 is a machine block from extra utilities, which I have made before, and I only need 1 recipe, so who cares? So we just need to make a machine block from extra utilities. I might even have some, and then we can make one of those, power that as well, and then we should be able to just put in 3, like a stack of each of the materials, and then it should just make everything. All right, so now let's try this hopper. I guess I need my configurator too, but we can do that later. So this should just work now, so we need to do hopper here as well. We put the RF Tools crafter up here. We need to power this, I believe. Turn on auto eject on both of those. So now theoretically that should work. All we need now is to make the recipe. So let me go grab a little bit of testing material here. Piece of clay, piece of lapis and a piece of sand in there. I would assume this is where we make the recipe. We have to select one of the things, I guess. Apply. We have no power because I have not plugged it in yet. And there we go. And it looks like it just went in. Went into the hydrator. It's in the crusher right now. Crushed into 4 pieces. And it is now going in there. All right. Solid. So if we do all that, it's just going to make a whole bunch of them. That'll get put into the hydrator where they'll get hydrated. Goes into the crusher to get crushed. Goes into the other crusher to get crushed again. And now we have the construction paste, which then we can put into the... Let me find it. Here we go. The paste container. We're going to make 2 tier 3s and fill them up all the way, hopefully. That will be 16,000. That should be enough to build everything. This is a nice little system, but we need to get 3 more hoppers, and then we can put a shulker box of lapis, clay, and sand in there, and then we can get 4 shulker boxes worth. So 4 chests worth. So we would definitely need to come up here every now and again and clean it out, but I'd say that's pretty good. So why don't we just go on a material gathering mission? I'll do those chests in the background. That's not really that important. And then we can start building some, I guess we can start mass producing construction paste. And in the meantime, once I've gathered all that, I'll probably just go work on digging the mountain away. Hey guys. So, you know, I'm out here doing my mining expedition. I've got all the clay that I need. I'm just working on the lapis right now. And I found this nice ravine. You know, it's pretty cool. So I was mining all that stuff, and I came across this and that. And as you can see, I am here. My factory's here. This thing has got to go. We are going to have to take this out like right now, and I would capture it, but you can tell that it's a male because it does not have spots on the wings. And also you'll see soon that the horns are straight and not curvy. If it was a female, I would capture it so I could get dragon eggs. I don't really know why I'd need them. They don't do anything, but I could just have a pet dragon. So I really don't need anything to do with dragons, so we're just going to get rid of this guy. You guys probably won't be able to see much, but here we go. Oh, that's a female. Wait, it's female, female, female. Hold on. Okay, I take it back. We are going to capture that because it's a female. I'm going to fly at a random distance so it goes to bed. Okay. Mob imprisonment tool. So it's 4 rubber, 4 ender pearls, and a gas tier. Now, I should have that now. I think I was planning to make that like episode 3. Didn't have the resources, but we do now, so let's do it. So here we go. Let's go capture this guy. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to take you away. Thank you. Anyways, I'm going to mine all the rest of this and get everything back to base and get all the lapis we need. Alrighty, fellas. We are back from the mines. We got everything we need. Oh, here's all the clay. Here's all the sand. And here is all of the lapis. The way I got sand is that I just got a bunch of cobblestone, you know, because I've got all of this compressed cobblestone, and I threw it into my crusher that I made with immersive engineering, and it turned into gravel 1-to-1. And then you can turn that gravel into sand 1-to-1. So I just basically took 3 stacks of ×9 compressed cobblestone, uncrafted them all, chucked them in again, and now we have sand. So we have sand, clay, and lapis. That is going to be enough to get started on making, I think, that's like 7,500-ish. Maybe that's a rough estimate. So we need to check on this every now and again to make sure this hasn't backed up. I don't think it will, but even if it does, we're just going to have to come up here and check on it every now and again. And we also need to go make those containers. But before we do that, you may have noticed that I have the mystical agriculture stuff pulled up here. Originally, the only way that I thought you could get prosperity, which is, you know, the thing that you need to get all this, is to go to a different planet. Like, we'd have to get into advanced rocketry, we can go to Neptune, Uranus, or Kelt 4 AB. That's not the case, though, because you can craft prosperity blocks with some Botania seeds and then quartz, diamonds, gold, and emerald. And the way you get these seeds is basically you just throw a seed into a mana pool, which a mana pool is not hard to get either. So we can get into this a little bit. Now, unfortunately, the higher tier seeds are going to require the Starlight crafting altar from Astral Sorcery, which we have not gotten into yet. But some of the lower tier ones, we don't need that, like the stone seeds, for example, or the pig seeds. Now, the pig seed is the one that I have my eyes on the most because we can make pig essence, which then we can make pork chops, so we don't have to have those massive pigs down there while I'm making my pizzas, you know? Still a little bit of ways away, but just know that we could do it. We got enough to make the diamond paste container. We make 2 of them though, so that stores 16k. Now the way these work is you just have paste in your inventory and you just kind of right click. It goes in there. Apparently it went in this one. I don't know why, but it did. So there we go. Now we just go up here. We can drop both of these into here. I'm just going to put all the paste in here. Now we've got 2,235. Very nice. So now we just got to wait for this paste to work. So now it is time to dig out the rest of that area and make it flat. And there wait, no, I'd stop doing those snap transitions. Anyways, it's done. Look at this. Big open area. I don't actually know the dimensions of this. I guess I could measure it, but I think it's like maybe 80 by 80 or something. I am going to have to remove like a layer of stone to get the flooring in, but I'm going to do the flooring later because if I fill this all in, I'm going to be wasting a lot of blocks that I don't really have right now. Let's go check out how much paste I got while this was working. Okay, that's not a lot. Mostly because look at all the stuff that's still in here. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to speed this up, and I think I have an idea on how to do that. But first, let's just put the paste in the container before we run out of space. But anyways, I think I'm just going to make the, a couple basic tier installers. I already have the steel cases. It's basically just block of redstone and advanced circuits. And then we can upgrade these so they'll have 3 slots each. So that's going to make everything a lot faster. So let's just go do that real quick. Bam and bam. Hopefully that did not change the side configuration. What has happened? Why is this not working? I think it backed up enough that it wasn't working anymore. We just need to make it lock the recipe so it doesn't get overflowed. Okay, I think we're good. Interesting. All right, well anyways, there we go. This should be working. I think we're still making enough power because these, they drop down a little bit and then they just kick right back up. Yeah, see, look at that. I think there's enough power, and if not, whatever, it's good enough. So now I think I'm going to just go ahead and start making some of the things that I need for my ME system. Never actually done applied energistics before, so that's kind of going to be interesting. Might have to look up a couple or 8 YouTube tutorials, but until then, let's make some applied energistics stuff. I have no idea how to do this. Haven't looked up any guides yet. We're just going to hit add applied, and we're going to look at this, and we're going to see what we think we need. I know we need the controller. That's the brain of everything. I'm fairly certain. We definitely need an ME drive, because this is where we put our disks in, and that's where like storage is. So we need engineering processors, iron, those things, iron casings from actually additions. Can I make this? And no, I can't. I have to get into forestry. Oh, that's actually not that bad. That shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, never mind. So that's doable, but we'll write that on the list of things to do. What is an interface? I don't know, but we should probably make one. Oh, crafting unit. Let's just focus on the ME drive. That's what we're doing. That's what we're gonna get. So what do we need? We need to get into forestry. We need to make a hardened casing. We need a carpenter, which I would assume we also need to power, but we have sturdy casing.
What if instead of hardcore mode, just every single item you ever picked up had Curse of Vanishing on it?
So that's just like restart mode.
At least anything you put in chest will still be there.
Unless you get it where the chest corrode over time.
Bro, that's evil.
ME system has to run on power and it goes out after a while. Well, that's pretty much what it does anyway, isn't it?
You run out of power and it just deletes all your items.
I guess I could just go to the forestry quest tab, but I kind of know what I need, so hopefully that's like literally, it is literally the first thing. Okay. Welcome to forestry. All right, well, we can open up our loot box and we get an empty beacon. It's a beacon beam, but not a beacon. The thing we actually need is quite literally the first step, a carpenter. Is a machine used for crafting. Supply with energy, a recipe, items, and a liquid. Okay, that's easy. And it's just treated wood, one of those casings, and water. Bam. We're gonna put forestry over here by the trees. That makes the most sense. Start powering that up. I would assume... How do you tell that there's power in there? Hardened casing. 4 diamonds, a sturdy casing, and then something else. How do you make these sturdy casings? It's just bronze? Okay, that's not so bad. I don't feel bad about using this then.
Yeah, it's bronze and copper.
Oh, it's copper gears? No, it's bronze gears, it says. Oh, it's one of each because they're the same color. So I have to set the recipe and then it makes it? And then I put the stuff in there? And then I need, like, water? I don't know. Oh, it's cooking. And hardened casing. Let's go. Was that even a quest step? No! I need to make a thermo-ionic fabricator? Brother, I have to do the entire forestry tree just so I can make a disk drive. Okay, so just looking at everything that I need, the tin electron tubes, I do need a thermo-ionic fabricator, but that isn't actually that difficult to get. We just need 3 pieces of glass, the hardened casing I just made, gold gears, which, you know, that's just gold, and then this impregnated casing I was worried about, but it's literally just 8 logs in the carpenter. So we can just do that right now, as a matter of fact. Oh, we need olive oil. Or seed oil. How do you get seed oil? We need a squeezer. Okay, well, I think that was the next quest anyway, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Squeezer. Hey, I got my squeezer. Squeezer gaming. Okay, now we need to make seed oil and then put the seed oil in here, and then we can make the whatever I was doing. How does this work? 80 millibuckets of seed oil, and then I can place it in there, and then, hey, let's go. Now we just need to wait until I have all of it. And there we have it. And that should give us another quest completed. Yep. Oh boy, gambling time. Compact cobblestone generator produces 64 cobblestone per second. And I bet you take it out with a hopper too. Oh god. I would assume you can take this out with a hopper, but I've been placing it and breaking it, and then every time I do that I get 4 stacks. Thermo. ionic fabricator. All right, so now that we have this thermoionic fabricator, we can make the tin tubes. Can I power this with RF? Yes, I can. I'm just going to leave it by the RTG because I'm extremely lazy and I don't want to use that clockwork generator. Okay, so now I need to get tin electron tubes, which is 5 tin ingots and 2 pieces of redstone. Oh, that was it? Oh, that was quick. Oh, wait. I'm just going to make a couple more. I might need them. Okay, we got our casings, so I believe now we can make the 2 iron casings that we need from Actually Additions. Next up, we need a disk drive, which is going to be pain. We'll do that later. Iron item cases. That's pretty easy. Just 2 of these guys in this crafting table. Next up is the engineering processor. We've made these before. We just need to get some silicon. All right, so those are done. Now we just need the absolute annoying crafting recipe for the disk drive from this mod. 4 iron, a microchip tier 1, a printed circuit board, a piston, and a stick. Most of that I can get right now. All right, so there's the basic stuff done. Next up, we need to make a microchip tier 1 and a printed circuit board. Printed circuit board, you just make a raw circuit board with a clay, a gold, and green dye. That's simple enough. And then we have to smelt it. Next up, we need some tier 1 microchips. So we need iron nuggets, redstone, and a transistor is paper, gold, iron, and redstone. That's not too shabby, just rather annoying recipes. All right, we should have everything we need now. Microchip tier 1. Shove that in here. We get our disk drive from Open Computers. We shove this in here and we get our ME drive. This, I believe, is where you put your little disks. And that is how you store items in your system. Let's go, dude. Okay, now we gotta figure out what else we need. I'm gonna put this in my AFK hole so nothing happens to it. Right next to the old ME controller and the energy acceptor. I don't know if we need that energy acceptor, and I don't even know where I got it from. Interface? Do I need an interface? I would like to interact with my system, so yes, that is a good idea. I can't make half of these circuits because your boy doesn't have all of the silicon whatever presses. It's time to make a meteor compass. Oh boy, time to go on a meteor adventure. Hopefully this thing knows that I've been to this meteor. Yes, I'm well aware. This is the one I've been to, I think. Wow, no one's been here. Logic press? I don't think I had that one. Oh, I literally just got the one that I needed. First meteor that I went to. Formation core. There we go. Annihilation core. Formation. Annihilation. Interface. Recursive networking. Place an interface. I have not placed it. You are lying to me. What on the doodah is this? I'm sure it's fine. I know what I'm doing, guys.
Stop the cap.
Alright, this is the implied energistics chest. Where we are currently at the point where we are at controller, interface, and the drive, and an energy acceptor. Do we need cables? I got some cables. I don't know if they're the right kind of cables. You know what? Let's make 1 drive, just to be sure I'm doing this right. Let's make a 4K. That seems reasonable. Quartz glass calculation. I don't have that. Do I have that one? Of course not. And we got the logic press.
I have duplicates of engineering and calculation, but otherwise, yeah, I have all 4.
A calculation? I think that's the one I need. Hold on, let me find out. Yep, I need calculation.
Alright, I have a duplicate of that.
Okay, I'll trade you a vial of revitalization. I totally didn't steal that from a Cyclops. Bro, what is going on over here? Do not look at the cultish buildings. I'm here for a trade deal. That is all I'm here for. Hey! Oh, here's your potion. We make 3 of these. 4K storage component. Bam! Iron chest. And now we make the 4K ME storage cell. Yes, sir. You best believe it's better than chests. Okay, so now theoretically, if I could set this up like at my house here, why don't we go ahead and do that? ME controller. I would assume that it needs an energy acceptor to accept energy. I'm going to use the RTG generator because I think you can power this with RF. It did not turn on. Oh, it did turn on. Okay. Oh. It's thinking about it. That looks like it works. So now if we put our drive, we can put the drive in there and then the interface. Do I need like a terminal? I need a terminal. Okay, hold on. Oh, I need a panel, dude. Okay, hold on. More glass. Panels. ME terminal. I don't get an achievement for that? Seriously? Fine. Let me make the crafting one. That's why I made the calculation one as well, so I can make the crafting terminal. I need a crafting table. And now I believe we can make the ME crafting terminal, which allows... There we go! That's better.
A much bigger
bigger table. Now we can place this right here. Let me test this out. I'm going to make a gold block. Okay, we got 39 gold in my Emmy system. It's in here. You can see 37, right? And then
All right.
we make a gold block.
Wow.
Auto crafting. I was
You did
lying.
it,
This is
guys.
not auto crafting. This is just a nice storage system. Auto crafting is a lot more complicated, and I'm not going to deal with that right now. But it's done, boys. Let's go. And so now I get to pick this all back up, hide it inside of my house, and then go build the building. I think I have enough paste. I have 11.5k. That should be enough for the bottom half. Template manager. Boom. Now we need to grab a piece of paper. Okay, no, I actually saved those as blueprints, so let me go pull those up on my clipboard here. All right, we have copied it to clipboard, and we hit paste. And that took a long time to paste in. Okay, bam, there we go. Now this shows us an exact list of everything that we need. 9,995 building paste. That's a lot of building paste, but we have that much. Let's change this to paste mode. Paste it in there. Oh, the frame rate. Okay, so now if we place it right there, that should be exactly where it needs to go. I think that's actually lined up perfectly. All right, let's do this. Oh boy, prepare for lag. I should probably warn everybody. All right, fellas, prepare for some lag. I'm about to place 10,000 blocks.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh, don't blow up. Oh, God. My frames. Yay, building. Let's go. Okay, did it actually place right? We have done, well, it's half done, but we've done it. Okay. That literally took 500,000 power from my copy paste gadget. Sheesh. And I left these marker blocks in there because we placed the second half on top of that half. I think it's supposed to go exactly right there. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Here goes the top half. Frame rate. That wasn't so bad. And we're done. Building built. It's beautiful. Now that is how you build a Capitol building. If I were to accidentally vein mine, would it start destroying stuff I don't want it to? Yes! Yes, it would. Okay. We also need to go grab the pearl blocks. So we need to grab endstone and some shulker pearls, which we can go do. We can place those lights in. And then I can also start working on the floor. And also I probably need to light it up in here because I guarantee you it is a mob spawner right now. That would be correct. We are leaving. Well, I will work on that floor, get some lighting, and yeah, there we go. That is good. And we'll get moved in as well. And there we have it, fellas. The floor is done. There definitely was not 2 days difference in between the first building the floor clip and the second building the floor clip. So a couple things have changed since then. The first one being, as you can see, I have 128 levels now. We found a bug with the XP pylon. It's currently storing, it says right here 12,960 XP, but if you can see up at the top, we're at max. So if we turn this on to spray orbs, I'm just going to get myself up to 150. And if you remember, I was at 128. Okay, so we stopped at 151, and now we can crouch here to put the XP back in. And now we're at 140. Yeah, this thing kind of just duplicates experience. In the stage of the game we're in right now, there aren't very many like extreme uses for experience, and when we get to the point where we're going to need a lot of it, it's not going to be difficult to get. So I think that's fine. We're just going to have a lot of levels. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Another thing that's changed is, I don't know if anybody noticed, but this entire world that I have, the entire server world, everything, it's all default vanilla biomes. Now, of course, I didn't notice this until I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder why there's no biomes of plenty biomes. So I went and created a new world with the same seed, and it generated completely different. So as it turns out, when I was loading up the server, it launched with the default world generation, and then I pre-generated a bunch of chunks so the server wouldn't lag really hard. So basically, 4,000 blocks radius from spawn is going to be normal world generation, but then once you get further out past that, it's going to be the new biomes of plenty stuff. And the same thing happened for the nether in the end, but since we didn't have very many things in the nether or the end, I just reset the dimensions completely. So yeah, everything's been reset. I rebuilt everyone's nether portals though, just so it wouldn't be like annoying. Theoretically now, if we pick a direction and we fly out in it, there should be biomes of plenty stuff. And I'm fairly certain this nether fortress was not here last time, although I don't ever think I specifically looked for it, so I could be wrong. I also didn't know this was here. There is a magma slime biome. Yep, okay, so this is all working properly, and also the end now has some like crystallized obsidian in it. I don't actually know what it's used for, but it exists, and we can have it now. So there we go. So I think since we have just completed the kind of indentation here, the next order of business is going to be to build the interior. Problem with that is I don't really know what I want to do yet. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up placing like a floor along this void stone, whatever, and then we can use this bottom section here to put machines, because I mean, applied energistics machines, you know, they can get kind of large, you know, molecular assemblers and crafters and whatever else we need. Of course, we are not ready to do that just yet because we do not have most of the applied energistics machines. We have enough for an ME system, but we do not have auto crafting. Now, I did look up a guide the other day to figure out how to do auto crafting. So if we just type in applied here, the crafting coprocessor, this is what actually does the crafting. The crafting storage, the amount of items that you can put into the crafting cube. And then I believe, yep, the monitor right here lets you see what you're doing. So that's how you get the auto crafting to work. And then you also need a molecular assembler to actually do the crafting. So we need at least one of each of these. And I think that interface that I made that I didn't know what to do, that's where you put the patterns to access the molecular assembler. Then you can actually start auto crafting stuff. So I think we're just going to go make a basic maybe 4K crafting storage with like 1 or 2 molecular assemblers depending on how expensive they are. Oof, that's a tier 3 crafter. Okay, so that's going to be rather expensive. So maybe we'll hold on. Well, no, you know what? Let's just get it done. What does advanced inscriber do? Is this a thing that I need? Maybe I should make one. Does this need to be hooked up to an ME system? That might be the case. Hold on, let me just build one real quick. That should now give system... Oh yeah, look at that power. 2 acceleration cards. I would assume that makes this go faster. And boom. That's so much faster. Look at that. 3 crafting units. Boom. Level monitor. Storage monitor. Crafting monitor. And there's our 4K ME component. Now we just combine that with the crafting unit to make the 4K crafting storage. Next gen crafting. And that should be both molecular assemblers done. Should we put this all together? We probably should test it, shouldn't we? Okay, so the interface goes next to the assemblers. Oh, look at that. They're glowing like colors. You see this?
Wow.
When did you get here, by the way? Why do you have a cloak?
Astral sorcery.
Dang, I need to do astral sorcery. Okay, well anyways, what's next? We need... Oh, it needs to be a cuboid, doesn't it? You can fly too? You have an angel ring?
No, no angel ring.
What do you have?
My cloak.
That's pretty neat. We should be able to make one more coprocessor, which will then speed up the crafting, I think. Okay, now let's place this down and then just hope it works. Yep, that's multi-blocked, and then we can run a cable into it. That should work. And now we need to make a pattern. Blank pattern. How do you write to a pattern?
Firefly, I just want you to know you have less human in you than a block of flesh.
I have less human in me than a block of flesh?
Yep.
I need an ME pattern terminal. What does a pattern encoder do? Maybe we can use this instead. Okay. Wait, what do we want to try to make? Let me try to make compact cobblestone. That makes, like, sense, you know? Pattern in here. Okay, and then we turn encoded pattern. Okay, so now let's put a whole bunch of cobblestone into my system. And then we can put the encoded pattern in there. So now, if I do this, I don't... Okay, I need to make a stack. So let's see. 64, and then we hit next, and then turn it to automatic mode, and then start. It's just gonna work, right? We just did auto crafting? Okay, well there we go. We have auto crafting and a storage system. I have a meme for this. Oh my god, he's finally here. It only took him 12 episodes. Let's go.
Yeah. Guys, I think I'm going insane. I'm starting to hear noises. I just heard a heart beating and I heard an explosion earlier.
Doesn't your sword speak to you too?
Only when I'm holding it, and it's like a chat message.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, bro, it lagged so hard I didn't even get to see it. Literally, first time meeting Tonight Goblin on the server and he's dead. That's crazy.
He punched me. He attacked me first. It was out of self-defense.
With that out of the way, I think we are going to call it a day for this episode. We got, let's see, what did we do today? We built that entire thing, built a floor over there, and we built an applied energistics storage system, which does work and does autocraft. I need to figure out how these molecular assemblers work and if there's a better way to do it. If not, we're just going to have a whole bunch of patterns and it's going to be kind of pain, but I'm fairly certain there's a way that you can get, like, a lot of these. You might just be able to, like, build 2 of them next to each other and then it'll just, like, increase the inventory space. I don't really know. Let me know in the comments. I'm also going to try to look into it, assuming, you know, because, like, these are definitely pre-recorded by a long time, so I may or may not have time to read the comments to figure it out by the time I figure it out myself. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Applied Energistics system is done. I think in between episodes, I'm just going to build a glass floor, maybe build another floor on the inside, and then move the actual system in there. Probably won't build any more pieces of it. I'm just going to have it be really basic for now. You know, maybe something to just store my ores in or something like that. I'm very happy with the progress we're making. Applied Energistics is the greatest. I'm going to stare at this thing because it's very cool. Goodbye.